The unique thing about horses that a lot of people don't understand, when you sit on top of a horse, they actually will change their heartbeat and their breath patterns to mirror the person that's on top of them, to create this connection that isn't a connection you can get anywhere else. And that's what my horses have done for me. Growing up, I was around horses 24/7. We'd take them up camping and go riding and stuff. I loved the horses. For me, it was like a release. It was an escape. I grew up with a huge family. My parents adopted a lot of kids. We joke that we learned how to rescue because of our parents. We did a lot of traveling with the service. I was stationed in Washington, in Germany, and Poland, missions to Ukraine along the Russian border. I was very honored to serve, and I will always say that, but I also am very broken. I actually was discharged as 100% disabled, and depression, anxiety, PTSD really affected me when I got out. I felt very displaced, and nobody on the outside helped. Moved back to Sonora with my family to try to kind of heal, but I was very lost. I was struggling severely with PTSD and depression. My medication was all screwed up. I had become very suicidal. I was struggling one night about 2 a.m. and I had a loaded gun and I was driving to a lake, and it happened to be down this road where there's a big sign that said Horses of Warriors. I pulled into the parking lot, jumped the fence, and I went out into the pasture. And I just kind of stood there. That's when this big old horse comes up and he just buried his head right in my spine and just started breathing like super slow breaths, like almost like calming breaths. He was switching his dynamic of his breathing and his heart rate to mine. And we just started, kind of gelling. And all of a sudden a truck pulled in and this, old army guy in his bathrobe and boots jumped the fence and came out and ended up talking to me and talked to me through the night, just us sitting there in the pasture with the horses. And that's actually what got me back into horses.
Fairy Tale Farms is a rescue that focuses on horses and donkeys. And we get them healthy and then find them their forever homes. I met Sam right when Joey came to us as an owner surrender. We were kind of walking around talking about what Fairy Tale did, and she saw him and just connected. The horses tend to tell you who they want, and Joey took to her. He's a Mustang. He was wild until he was 3, and he remembers that.
Joey and we have a lot of similarities. I always have my walls up, and it takes time to get those walls down. When I first met Joey, he was very hesitant. You put the saddle on and he would take off down the arena bucking and kicking. He didn't know me, he didn't trust me. But with enough time and energy, some groundwork where he could learn how to trust me, eventually he trusts us, and we can saddle him up and ride him.
I find with a lot of people who have struggled with PTSD, anxiety, anything that has taken them away from feeling like they can be themselves, horses have a way of giving that back to you. They make you present, they make you in the moment, and I've seen that with horses for Sam, them take her out of that anxiety or fear that she can have sometimes and bring her into the moment right there. All that matters is you and the animal you're working with.
According to the rest of the world, I'm just a broken, disabled vet. That's it. But I'm not. My horses know that. They need me. And, I found my identity. And Joey, he never let anybody break his spirit. No matter how hard you could tell people tried, he just was such a good horse, and he was just so loving. Watching him learn to trust again has helped me learn how to trust again. There is a future that I can trust people. Joey and we understand what it takes to make it through just, rough patches, and we understand, that there's still such thing as love. It might be misplaced for a second, but there's still love. I love this. It's lunchtime. Those are the donkeys.